you like your start, 39 shot attempts in the first, but you're down 1-0, kind of the same pattern?
Yeah, a little bit of the same story, right? Just can't get that lead. I loved our first period. Other than, I thought we missed the net too much. I think 15 missed shots, so I think we got to make it a little bit tougher and make sure we're hitting nets in those situations. And then, but really to play a period like that and, not get out even or up, you're actually down a goal is a tough spot. And then the other story is obviously the penalty kill. We gotta get a kill tonight. That's the difference in the game. The first period not capitalizing, and then not stopping their power play.
Stay in that same row, Sean.
You touched on the 15 missed shots. Is there a feeling that given what's happening in this series with Stuart Skinner that there's maybe an attempt to make those shots too perfect?
Yeah, I don't know. I think if you're not scoring, maybe. I think we've got to, you got to have a little more of a hit the net, and if it doesn't go in, at least you give yourself an opportunity to be able to rebound,
Right side front row, Savannah.
Any particular reason Dodonov was the healthy scratch?
Just decisions. I mean, we're trying to get the best lineup to win a game tonight, so tough decisions to make. But I like the lineup we went with tonight, and I thought the guys played hard.
Left side, third or second row, Tim.
Yeah, since the game just came down to the power plays, really, were you disappointed to see where you took those 3 penalties? They were all somewhere around the Edmonton net.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the penalties. The first one, I'm not even sure it's a penalty on Jamie Benn. I'd like to take another look at it before I say that, but pretty borderline call. The Marchman one, we're trying to create room for each other in the O-zone. Same penalty they take with Perry. When you've got 2 teams battling for space. So, and the Granlund one is just an effort thing late, trying to strip a puck. I didn't hate any of the penalties we took. You're out here competing. You're going to take some penalties. I didn't hate any of them.
Left side front row, Leah.
Yeah, we're going to get a kill.
Hey, Pete. The penalty kills maybe been your most consistent part of your game through the regular season, postseason. Was it more of a positioning issue, or is it just what they can do on their power play? What did you see as the problem?
Well, it has been, and hey, listen, we're not sitting here without our penalty kill. So, I want to make that perfectly clear. I'll have to look at how the goals were scored, but you got to give them some credit too. They got a pretty good power play, especially here at home.
Right side front row, Sam.
Hey, Pete. Jake Ottinger just seemed to make every save you needed down the stretch. Felt like he was giving you a chance. How frustrating is it to not be able to convert for him when he's making those saves?
Yeah, well, it's frustrating not winning. That's his job. He made some saves, gave us a chance. He's got to do that again next game. Okay.
Anything else for Pete? Thanks, Pete.
Just a frustrating first period and part of the second too. Just you guys got plenty of chances and just couldn't score.
Yeah, that's been kind of the case last 2 games, and just having a hard time to get the first goal, which would be important in the playoffs if you can play with the lead. We haven't done it a lot in these playoffs. I feel like first goal we haven't scored many times, so maybe that's the one thing. I think guys were working hard in the first. And I think we were better than them 5-on-5, and then obviously they get a goal. So, but yeah, pushed really hard tonight. But 2 power play goals for them and only 1 for us. That was the game.
What's the feeling going back home down 3-1?
Well, yeah, it's time to reset again. It's not over until somebody wins 4 games. So now we go home ice. Now it's just 1 game at a time. You don't even think about really what the series is. It's just win 1 game and try to come back to Alberta.
How frustrated are you, Mikko? I know you put a lot of demands on yourself from your own expectations, but just that it's not going in for you right now.
Yeah, it's try to help the team, and haven't been able to do it as much this series as would be needed to win games, and so try to reset myself too tomorrow and try to find some keys to get a bounce or 2, and try to help to win the game.
Is there a sense that you're trying to be maybe too perfect with your shots? There was a lot of missed shots in that first period, especially.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's just yeah, it's important to hit the net, you know, try to get the rebound even or something like that. So maybe we'll just all try to a little bit relax with the puck, and maybe we're trying to shoot even too hard, you know, and trying too much maybe offensively, you know. So, but yeah, it's gotta relax a little bit.
Is there anything in particular that's most frustrating right now?
Well, I think, you know, the start of the game again, it was reminded me of the second period in Game 3, you know, where we were on them, we were creating chances almost every shift, you know, and they still somehow get the first goal, you know. So that's frustrating part, but this is not the time of the year to get frustrated. You just gotta reset and go back at it.
What gives you hope?
Well, I think just the team and, you know, we're the situation where we have played ourselves in, you know, conference finals again, and you know we're a good team. You know, now we just gotta, like I said, win one game.
Thank you. How did you see that one?
Yeah, how I saw it, I know how it kind of felt. You know, it felt a little bit like last year in a way. You know, Game 6. You know, feeling like we're doing everything but putting the pill in the net. So, fortunately, we have an opportunity where we can come back here. You know, maybe we deserve a little bit better, but playoffs doesn't necessarily care about what you deserve, right? You gotta force the bounces and make the bounces happen by working, and you know, we're just one player, one shot away right now.
What's the feeling going back home?
There's you know, there's a little anger right now, and then there's excitement too. Get to go back home in front of our fans and you know, break out a little bit here.
Giving up the first goal has been a little bit of a trend for you guys this postseason. When you have such a strong start like you have tonight, what's kind of the response when they get that first one?
Honestly, I haven't even fully noticed. I guess try to score first, you don't respond quick. I don't know. I thought we played good first. Did a lot good, honestly. You know, just couldn't find any goals tonight.
Third period just didn't have the chances you had earlier.
Yeah, they locked it down pretty good. You know, there wasn't much going on out there, and I think for us forwards, you know, we got to do a better job of puck placements, keeping away from Skinner. He made some good plays as a goalie back there, and yeah, things we can improve on.
To your point about the first, you guys generated 39 shot attempts in that first period. Other than
Is it 39?
Other than putting the puck in the net,
I guess how many?
Anything else you can do?
I mean, how many of those probably hit the net too, though? I mean, I feel like we missed the net a lot. I felt like I missed the net quite a bit too. So there's just there's still things to do better. Obviously, getting shots is great. Hit the net a bit more. Get guys in front of their goalie a bit more. Bear down a bit more.
You guys have been a good offensive team for so many years. I mean, how tough is that on your confidence to have a stretch like this?
Yeah, I mean, playoffs doesn't really care about that confident word either, right? You know, you just you keep working. This time of year, it's about, you know, willing things in, and you know, it's all about that effort. So, did we deserve to get rewarded one of these games or a couple more goals? Probably, but like I said, doesn't matter sometimes about what you deserve right now. Just go back home and keep grinding away, and you know, hopefully this changes here.
Tyler, what gives you hope?
Pardon?
What gives you hope you guys can still come back?
Just this group, everything this group's been through, the resiliency, the care for everybody that we all have for one another. You know, we're not going to be done yet, so we're excited to get home.
The penalty kill's been so good for you guys
Yeah.
all year. Anything different you noticed tonight?
Still good. I mean, they got a couple of the best players in the world, and you know, they're elite power play too. So just try to close the gap.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
How do you feel going back home?
I mean, yeah, we have to go there and get the win. That's all we think about right now. It's you know, one game at a time and go back there and get the win.
This team has never overcome a 3-1 deficit before. What about this group makes you feel like you can do that?
I mean, yeah, we have been I think good all year and been good, you know, responding, and it's just like I said, one game at a time and to go home and take care of business there.
Miro, what is the frustration level at this point?
I mean, it's you know, of course it's frustrating, but at the same time the series is still on, and you know, like I said, go back home and get the win there and come back here.
Thank you.